Huawei is something that's very dangerous.
Congress is becoming more vocal about Huawei. What are they worried about?
Huawei and ZTE are nothing more than extensions of the Chinese Communist Party.
May 2019. The US government pulls the trigger. Huawei, China's tech crown jewel, is cut off from American technology. No Google, no Android, no chips. Analysts wrote its obituary, but in a Shenzhen lab, engineers typed 3 words onto a screen: Project HarmonyOS. This wasn't just an operating system, it was a declaration of war.
We have the ability to develop our own operating system and ecosystem, which would become the basis for our services to the customers.
4 years later, HarmonyOS runs on 900 million devices. It's on phones, laptops, even cars, and it's coming for Google's Android and Microsoft's Windows. This isn't just tech, it's a battle for digital sovereignty. HarmonyOS exploded in China, but is it just a patriotic bubble, or can it go global?
The issue here is the lack of Google services, which is important for users outside of China.
Outside China, it's an uphill battle. No Google Play Store means no Gmail, Maps, or YouTube. Huawei's app gallery has 580,000 apps, but Android has 3.5 million. For Western users, that's a deal-breaker. Ben Wood, analyst at CCS Insight, told ZDNet, what Huawei is trying to achieve is pretty straightforward. If Google won't let them have the apps, then they're going to make them themselves. At Huawei Developer Conference 2024, Huawei CEO Richard Yu said, "We've built our own complete ecosystem. HarmonyOS is not a copy of Android, it's a new generation platform." To Huawei's credit, they've engineered serious speed. In-house benchmarks show HarmonyOS phones outperforming Android on battery and app launch times. And HarmonyOS isn't stopping at phones. On Huawei laptops, it now runs side by side with Windows, mirroring your phone, answering calls, syncing clipboard. Apple built its empire by locking in users. iPhone to Mac, AirPods to iCloud, it just works. Now Huawei is trying the same play, but in reverse. At Huawei Connect 2023, hosted in Shanghai, China, Huawei CEO Richard Yu said, "We designed HarmonyOS to be more than just a mobile OS. Today it runs across all our smart devices. Smartphones, tablets, smart TVs, watches, fitness bands, speakers, and even intelligent automotive systems. One system, one experience. The goal, total ecosystem dominance, without relying on Android or Windows." HarmonyOS's strength isn't just hardware, it's what Huawei calls super device. Your phone becomes a universal remote for your life. And it's not just a stunt. Over 2 million developers have joined the HarmonyOS ecosystem, thanks to a bold pivot. But ecosystems aren't just built on code. They're built on trust and time. Huawei's ecosystem is still China first. For global dominance, they'll need app support, global cloud partners, and frankly, a lot of patience. In China, it's working. HarmonyOS now runs on nearly 1 billion devices, but outside, Apple and Google still own the narrative and the network. In 2019, the US government dropped a bombshell, blacklisting Huawei from buying American tech. No Qualcomm chips, no Google software, no ARM licenses. Game over? Not quite, but instead of folding, Huawei went underground, quiet, strategic, and in 2023 it struck back. This phone shouldn't exist, yet here it is, with a 7-nanometer chip built without US equipment.
Last week, Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo told a House committee she was upset that Huawei managed to launch a new smartphone.
Huawei's chip comeback shocked Washington. It raised a terrifying question. Did sanctions even work? The chip in question, Kirin 9000S, was built by SMIC, China's top foundry. But how did they manage 7 nanometers lithography without ASML's EUV machines? US Commerce Secretary Gina Raimondo testifying before Congress. "We need to understand how Huawei made that chip. This is a matter of national security." Some called it innovation, others reverse engineering. Either way, Huawei had crossed a red line and Washington noticed. Apple and Google dominate the West, but the next billion users, they're not in San Francisco or Berlin. They're in Nairobi, New Delhi, and Manila. The future of the Internet will be written in the global South. Whoever wins these markets wins the decade. Huawei knows this. That's why HarmonyOS isn't just a phone OS. It's on TVs, smartwatches, cars, and even rice cookers. A full-stack ecosystem designed for scale and sovereignty. As a Nigerian tech influencer said, let me put it this way. If a phone is fast, has solid battery life, and doesn't cost an arm and a leg, we're all in. HarmonyOS is picking up steam, especially with the way it supports local languages. That matters here. But the battle isn't just technical. It's political. Some countries welcome Huawei's tech as a path to digital independence. Others see a Trojan horse. At Huawei Developer Conference 2024, Huawei CEO Richard Yu said HarmonyOS is not just a system. It is freedom. Freedom from monopolies, from geopolitics. It is the future. It's not just marketing. Huawei is betting big, $23 billion in R&D last year alone, and with every new HarmonyOS device, it chips away at Google's lead. For now, HarmonyOS remains a local giant. But in a fragmented world, maybe that's enough. And that's what scares Silicon Valley the most. HarmonyOS may have started on phones, but Huawei's ambitions go far beyond. We're talking cloud, chips, AI, smart cities, even satellites. Huawei is building a parallel tech universe. Its own chips with Kirin and Ascend, its own GPS with Beidou, its own cloud stack and development tools, even its own enterprise ERP software after getting cut off from Oracle. Wang Chenglu, Huawei CTO, said, "When the old roads are blocked, we build new ones. HarmonyOS is our road, but we are building the whole city." But critics argue Huawei's system is a walled garden, one that mirrors China's wider push for tech self-reliance. This isn't just about phones, it's about who controls the infrastructure of the 21st century. And that's the real question. Is Huawei building the future, or a parallel version of it? The tech Cold War isn't coming, it's already here. Once it was Windows versus Mac, then Android versus iOS. Now it's ecosystems versus ecosystems, entire digital civilizations splitting in real time. HarmonyOS isn't just an operating system, it's a signal flare from a rising tech power saying we can build without you. The tech Cold War isn't about gadgets, it's about values, access, control, and the race to define what the future looks like and who gets to shape it. HarmonyOS may win, it may fail, but the idea behind it, that's not going away, and it's already begun. Don't forget to drop a comment and hit like, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.